Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna try really hard to keep it cheery and fast paced, but you know, if you guys watched my previous video you would see why I'm not so cheery. And honestly, the thought of filming this past week has just been such a trigger. Such a trigger, and my eyes are honestly revolting from all of my eczema, but that's somewhere at. My eyes are pretty red because I just decided to switch it up and chuck some blue contact lenses in today, you know, so everything is a little bit blurry. So today I'm going to, I think, just keep it pretty natural. I might do something a little bit bronzy and maybe a winged eyeliner or something like that. I'm going to first start off with my eyebrows. So just starting off with my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in soft brown to use my dip brow, but I can't find my eyebrow brush. Forgive me. Oh, this is super interesting to do with the contact lenses in because everything is slightly blurry. Guys, my camera just had a disc fall moment. Not that you would even know unless I kept it in there and didn't edit it out. Yeah, so as I was saying, it is coming into warmer seasons here in Australia. But I know not all of you are from Australia, so I will be doing some darker looks anyway. Even when it comes to makeup, I don't really seem to stick with the seasons anyway. So I'm just going to set my eyebrows with the ABH brow set. So I'm just going to carve out underneath my eyebrows. Oh my god, I put so much concealer on my hand. I'm just going to carve out underneath my eyebrows and then prime my eyelids with the same concealer. Cross your fingers that makeup actually sticks to the inner corners of my eyes today. So obviously I've always been an Insta girl and I'm not really used to filming for YouTube or where I should be holding my mirror, so I'm sure I'll watch this back as I'm editing and be like and get really mad at myself. So I'm just gonna blend all of that out, but bear with me guys, and I swear that I will get used to it, and I swear I'll liven up a little bit more as well. It's just I really suck at handling stressful or just situations that involve change. I'm really bad at it. Sort of get in this mood and it takes me a long time to get out of it. So I'm just going to set my eyelids down with the Bobbi Brown translucent powder. Oh my god, I poured out so much. So like I said, I'm just going to keep it pretty simple today, nothing too crazy. I am loving these contact lenses though. I will put down in the description box where they're from because I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm going to use the Subculture palette. I guess this way you guys can also see live how it works as well, because through Instagram it can be a lot harder to see how a product actually works. I'm going to use the Subculture palette. I guess this way you guys can also see live how it works as well, because through Instagram it can be a lot harder to see how a product actually works, because you're only sort of seeing snippets of that product being used. So this is what the inside of the eyeshadow palette looks like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take Roxy first, which is this like peachy orangey shade. I don't know if I'm in focus because of these damn contact lenses. I'm that on an Anastasia A10 brush. With these eyeshadows, they're so pigmented that you really want to tap off the excess. So I'm going to just run that, oh my god, see what I mean? I'm going to just run that through my crease. So I'm doing circular motions and also windshield wiper motions. So circular motions and windshield wiper motions. Show you what the fallout looks like in the eyeshadow palette once I finish using it as well, since that's like was a big issue for people. I might actually compare for you guys the fallout in the Modern Renaissance as well, because I think it's the exact same. I'll actually just stick to like one eyeshadow colour. And then go in and do a liner or something. Yeah, this looks really good with the blue. Contact lenses. I want to show you guys another colour though. Maybe I'll go in a little bit with All Star. So All Star is the burgundy shade up here. So I might go in with a little bit of him. I might show you guys on camera like tapping it to show you the fallout. I didn't really get much. And look how much is on my brush. So I don't know, I think people really over dramatized this palette. It is definitely super pigmented. The formula is like definitely different from the Modern Renaissance. I don't necessarily know if it's a bad thing. I just think you have to know which colours work well with what in the palette. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm happy to do like all kinds of different looks with the Subculture palette. You guys just let me know if that's something you are interested in. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in my crease as well. And just circular motion and windshield wiper motions again. I'm going to use this eyeliner by Bobbi Brown. I used the bronze one in my, I used my bronze one in my first vlog kind of thing, and this one is called Night Sky. So it's almost purpley, like black purpley with specks of glitter in it. And I'm going to do a wing. It's a big one today. So now I'm going to chuck on some mascara, and this one is by Bobbi Brown. Alright, so I just went on and chucked some eyelashes on. These ones are part of my lower lash range, and they are a synthetic pair, and they're in the style Violet. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the face. I'm going to use my current favourite, which is by NYX, so the NYX HD foundation. So it is super lightweight, but I feel like it just gives me the coverage that I want. I love how this video started off as like I'm going to do a bronzy look, and as soon as I put those damn contact lenses in, it went to pink. In this foundation, and the brush that I'm using is by Zoeva, and it is filthy, but it is the 102 Silk Finish brush, which is my favourite brush for the face. You can tell it's not an extreme amount of coverage, this foundation, but it does give a bit of colour back to the face, and it is 110% super lightweight. So sometimes when I'm wearing this foundation, I'll even forget that I've got foundation on, and not to mention it's by NYX, so that means super affordable as well. The reason that I don't use a super full coverage foundation is because I have eczema. So what that is it's obviously it's patches of dry irritated skin. So the more coverage on the thick foundation that I use sort of looks worse, almost looks more cakey because it's clinging to those dry patches. I don't really get too red on my face. Sometimes if I'm in the middle of like a really severe flare, I'll get red on my forehead, around my mouth and around my eyes. I'm generally, this is stress, so this is this red because I'm really stressed out at the moment, and on my chest. I don't put anything on that apart from my steroid creams and moisturizer. I will not be trying to cover this up with makeup because this just gets so irritated and itchy. I really don't want to put anything on it. So now I'm going to be concealing my under eyes with the MAC Pro Long Wear Concealer, and I use the shade NW15. I actually tried out that new NARS concealer the other week. What is it? Complete Matte or something like that, and oh my god, it is so good. But they never have my shade anywhere in stock. And I'll also just highlight the rest of my face. So chin, cupid's bow, down the nose and in between. This brush is so old and I get asked all the time, what is that brush you used to be a concealer? It's about 4 years old. And it was one of the first makeup brushes that I ever owned. Believe it or not, I used to do my entire foundation with this teeny tiny little brush. But it's actually from Topshop. I'm not really too sure if they still sell it. You guys could always check it out or check it out online or something. Because it is a flat top brush, which means it's going to ensure the most coverage from your product. And it's also small enough to fit into those little crevices around the eyes as well. My eyes with the same Bobbi Brown powder. I'm going to use a Morphe M509 brush, which is also filthy. I'm just going to chuck that powder under here. So this Bobbi Brown powder is not translucent. I feel like I said it was translucent before, but it's not. The shade is actually white. So it does leave a paler residue on your face. Go ahead and set the rest of my face with that. If you use a really small amount, it's not going to really leave much colour. But it definitely is not a translucent powder. So just going back in with the first shade, Roxy, which was that peachy colour, and I'll just buff under my lower lash line. Oh my god, this brush is so huge. Actually want to go in with my Morphe contour palette today. I'm going to also use a Morphe brush, so the E3. I might take a mixture, so I'll take this peachy shade here and a bit of this one here, and just mix the two of them together. I can't remember how pigmented these are. Let's find out. So I'll put that on my forehead. Up the forehead area. Thanks. They're so nice. to use another Morphe palette. So this is the N9. So this is the N9 palette, and I'm going to take just this, or maybe these two shades here, and mix them together. Viva Luxe Sheer Cheek Blush. This is the Double D palette. I don't know. But basically I'm going to take this top shade here and mix it with this bottom shade here. I don't think I've ever used this before. That is insane. Chin, nose. Let's chuck a little bit above the brows as well. For lips, I'm just going to go straight in with the ABH Naked liquid lipstick. Which is one of my all-time faves. Alright guys, so this is our completed look. I did start off the morning thinking I was going to be doing something bronzy. It turned more into, I guess, peachy. Still quite light, still not anything that's too crazy. And I guess you guys got to see a little bit about the Subculture palette, which I did not show you what it looked like after I used it. But basically, here it is. I haven't blown anything off. All I did was shut the case. But as you can see, I mean, it's dirty because I use it quite often anyway, but it's not really anything crazy. Now I feel like it's almost, if I give you a look at the Modern Renaissance palette, I just feel like they're so similar, like in terms of the way they pick up product, the way they fall out, the way they blend. I don't really notice any difference. The only difference I would say is that all these colours blend well together, so it wouldn't matter in which order you would use these colours, they would all blend really well together. Whereas this one, you're not really going to go in on like this in your crease and then this on your lid. Like you could, but then like the shades, like the actual colours are not made to blend well together, so you've really got to work with what shades pair with each other. So Fudge, All Star, and this one down here all pair really well together, and then you've got Roxy, this one and this one, they pair really well together. So it's about working out which shadows go well with which colours. I think when it came to the Subculture palette, people were definitely really over dramatic about it. So I'm going to give you guys a bit of a zoom in. Closer look, posy posy. This is definitely my favourite eyeliner to use ever. I'm living for these contact lenses though. Oh my god. This highlight is so nice as well by Morphe. Alright guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I'm sorry that it wasn't that chatty. I guess I'm trying to make myself feel a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera again. I almost just feel awkward, if that makes sense. I think it'll just be an adjustment, and I'm definitely willing to work on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. This video a big thumbs up as well, because that would help me out a lot. And also leave me a comment because I love to talk to you guys. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow because I'm vlogging for my dentist. Bye guys.